This slide basically talks about this Six Sigma in detail, wherein we focus Sigma, 4 Sigma, 5 Sigma, 6 Sigma, and higher the Sigma is, the lesser the defects are. Okay. If any organization is running at 6 Sigma, we would call it as a, it has only 3.4 defects in a million opportunities. If there are million kind of opportunities available on which it is being worked upon, and at the end of the year, or at the end of the quarter, or maybe a month, I can only see 3.4 defects. Then only I call a Six Sigma kind of a environment. Okay, so that is Six Sigma.
So,
So you,
Simran, do we have any industry in India or somewhere who has achieved this successfully and being consistent over maintaining Six Sigma quality?
yes, there are many organizations who are working Six Sigma and who are working more than Six Sigma also.
Actually, there
So
is one success story with the Mumbai Dabbawalas.
Oh, Allah, okay, yeah, it hit me, like it clicked in my mind. Yeah, Dabbawalas in Mumbai, Prince Charles or somebody came to meet them. Yeah, okay, all right.
absolutely, yeah, because their consistency, their customer satisfaction is commendable. Uh, they work on the principles, which nobody works on, because their system is such a place that they never create any kind of a defect, and they've been running for ages, like, and they have a system in place that which is clearly ensured that what kind of a customer is required, what kind of a food, and it is never ever happened that they have taken an off, or it is closed only during the COVID situation, and that was also very remarkable that they were supposed to close it, but no matter what the situation is, and in Mumbai there's a lot of climate change as well. So that's one of the success stories. But all the big brands that you can hear, like uh, the Tatas, the Motorola's, uh, the companies like insurance companies like ICICI, the HDFCI, the Max Life, the Max Bupa. In If I talk about in telecom, you talk about Vodafone, Bharti, all these companies have reached. And when I'm saying Six Sigma, Six Sigma is not for a organization. Let's try and understand that very well. Likewise, ISO जो होता है वो पूरी organization का होता है. That as an organization, I am an ISO certified. Six Sigma is for different processes. So in Vodafone, in Airtel, there are different processes, like procurement process. Uh, McDonald's also, okay, they are using Six Sigma. They have reached to Six Sigma, but for different processes, okay, not for the entire organization. Maybe they have done it for all the processes, but for different processes or different functions also. If you talk about manufacturing, all the big brands, you talk about Nestle, they have reached Six Sigma. Okay, uh, if you talk about P&G, Procter and Gamble, they have also reached sort of Six Sigma. Okay, so Six Sigma have been attained by many organizations, but the challenge is to sustain it. Challenge is to sustain. Nokia was a key leader in the market, and as you all know, but they did not focus on the continuous improvement. They thought that they have reached to a stage wherein nobody can take the customers away, but they not focus on the continuous improvement. Reaching Six Sigma is not difficult. Sustaining Six Sigma is challenging, and that's what we are going to discover in the control phase of Six Sigma. That how to control, how to sustain, what are the different tools and techniques which would help me to identify whether my process is in control or not, whether there's any special cause of variation or not. We will talk about that in detail also. But Ratan, just to answer to your questions, in every industry that we look at, there are many companies who have reached Six Sigma. And just a question to all of you: there are certain industries who works on more than Six Sigma. Can someone name them?
I think I've heard of this pit stop. I think it's Shell. No, I don't remember the name, but Pit Stop is one of the organization who ensure that in 3 or 5 milliseconds they fix the racing cars during the race when the race is ongoing.
Absolutely, that's perfectly all right. However, my question is, what sort of industries, not the company,
Industry. Okay.
industry.
So that will have to be an industry which is which is doing something that is very critical, and failure would not be acceptable in
Yeah,
any
maybe
form.
medical. Yeah.
So if I were, betting man, I would say someone like I would say Intel would be one, or some company that is manufacturing medicines, etc.
Yeah, medical industry. Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. So medical medicine industry is the one which focuses on more than Six Sigma, because if you just think for a while, if in a
Yeah.
medicine, the salt or any sort of alcohol which is there in medicines, if there is 1.0001 milligrams or milliliters extra in it, it will change the medication. It will not treat the patient properly.
Yeah, and
So
some people do go in anesthesia and they don't get back to life. That is what is
yeah,
happening.
absolutely. So some medication industry is the one who focuses on more than Six Sigma. Any other industry that you can think of, which I'm sure everybody must have used at least once in their life?
Uh,
Just give you a hint.
Semiconductor, semiconductor industry like Intel.
I'm talking about an industry which we have experience also. We have used that service always.
Apart from medical,
Apart from medical, yeah. Travel
airlines,
in
airlines.
airlines,
Airline.
absolutely. Airlines, fatalities. Okay.
Yeah.
So you cannot say कि 1 million में तीन फ्लाइट्स क्रैश हो जाएगी तो चलेगा नहीं चलेगा ना. It is such a critical kind of an industry. So they focuses on 100 Six Sigma, 100 Sigma, 200 Sigma, which we can't even think of. So that's what the focus is on. The intent of showing you this slide is that you can see that I'm just taking an example of one of them, and you can refer. You will have these slides, and you can refer that. If I talk about the baggage handling process, okay, in 3 Sigma, which means in a million, around 3,000 odd customers are not able to get their luggage. Okay, when you talk about 4 Sigma, it has reached from 3,000 to 340. The moment the Sigma change, the defects are reduced. In 5 Sigma, only 12. In 6 Sigma, 6 passengers with misplaced luggage every month. Okay, so that's what the focus is. The higher the Sigma is, the lesser the defects is, and therefore it is very, very important to look at what the current level of the Sigma is. And at the end of the project also, we do a pre and post and see that from what level of Sigma have I attained. Apart from what I have achieved, maybe the metric that I'm going to improve, maybe a productivity, maybe efficiency, maybe turnaround time, maybe quality, maybe CSAT, maybe efficiency. But apart from that, I also want to look at what kind of a Sigma level that I've attained, which gives me a uniformity measurement that where have I reached. Okay, so we will focus on DPMO in the measure phase. This is called defects per million opportunities. Okay, I will also help you calculate on your own that you would be able to calculate DPMOs. Most of you are GB trained, and I'm sure you must have learned these techniques, but we will do a recap also of DPMO also. So this is just the introduction of Six Sigma we have done today so far, wherein we have learned about what is Six Sigma, what are the industries where Six Sigma can be applied, what are the improvements that we can go from Six Sigma, and from X Sigma to Y Sigma, what sort of improvements we can expect. And we also talked about different methodologies which are used in Six Sigma and what are their. So up till now, we were just focusing on the introduction phase to the Six Sigma. And now there's a topic which is slightly different from Six Sigma, which we are going to talk about today. And there's a relevance today. Before we get into the define phase of the Six Sigma, we need to know that particular topic for us to understand some of the basic concept. And that name of the topic is basic stats.